everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth and I run the blog lifefromtheviola.com, where I share my favorite practice tips, general advice, and tech for musicians. Today I wanted to make a fun video and I'm going to tier rank music stands. This is going to be fun because I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of experiences with quite a few different music stands. I'm going to rank 11 total today. I'm going to rank these based on perfect music stand. Please hold my music. A good stand, gets the job done, no thanks, and will not touch this. Okay, let's just dive right in. We're gonna start out strong by looking at my music stand that I use in my studio. I have filled mine up with a bunch of very beautiful positive stickers for my students to see in their lessons. And this stand is the Manhasset Symphony model numbered 48 in shiny, very pretty colors. I have mine in sage green. I love it so much. This is a sturdy, reliable stand. It does squeak a little bit if you change the tilt and if you raise or lower it. But again, it gets the job done. It's reliable. I've had mine for probably 5 years now at this point, and I do still love it. It's still perfect. Perfect. Please hold my music. Okay, next we'll talk about a couple different folding stands. Our first one is this DeLuca folding music stand. It's the one that has all of the hole punches all over it. I've never owned one of these stands, but I have played on them occasionally. Mostly if I'm sharing my music with someone and they might have this stand, I would just play off of it. But they are definitely more sturdy and more reliable than a general wire folding music stand. But I will say from the audience perspective, those holes can get a little like weird to look at. Just kind of like, you know, weird optical illusion kind of thing. It's just a little weird to stare at it. So I'm gonna say that this one gets the job done because they are sturdy and reliable, but a little weird to look at. Next, we have the OG wire folding stand. This is the Hamilton KB900 folding music stand, and it is just your typical wire music stand. I did choose it in the fun pink color for this ranking. And that is the only plus side to these folding stands, is that you can get them in any fun color that you want. That's really it. These are typically used by beginner music students whose parents just want to get them like the cheapest possible option. These are usually around $20 or so, and they're okay as long as you don't breathe on it wrong. If you breathe on it wrong, it is gonna fall over. It is gonna clatter and just clang, like just all of the loud sounds on the way down. It is not fun. Also, these things can last for a while. They do tend to get rusty if you don't have like a powder coated version. But I do find that almost all of them, that after decades of use, almost all of the screws will be stripped after using this for a while. Even just using it for a year or two regularly will strip the screws that help you actually raise or lower it and even tilt it. So these things break. And just no, I do not want to put my music on these. I will not touch them. Sorry to sound like a diva, but I'm not going to use these. No. Next up is one of my favorites, the Peak folding stand. This is the SMS20, and it is fully plastic, but you can disassemble it and carry it in this nice long rectangular case, about like this long, 1.5 feet long, I guess. And the bag is nice and sturdy. I've had mine for about 10 years. It's followed me through college, grad school, and basically all of my gigs that I do. I love this folding stand because it's not very heavy. It's much lighter than a sturdy metal music stand like the first Manhasset stand, the only one in the perfect spot, at least for now. It does look professional when you have it on stage because it just looks like your standard black music stand. And since this does have a full back, it holds your music really well. It does have the little, stand things that help sort of hold your music in place if there's some wind. Only light wind though. It's not going to be super windproof just with the footprint that it takes up, but it does a wonderful job. Mine does have a couple issues with staying put when I raise or lower it. Sometimes it will lower a little bit, especially if I put a really heavy binder of music on it. That's the only drawback, but it did hold up for a good couple of years before it started to do that. It's probably just a screw that's getting stripped. I will see if I can try to replace that at some point just to get it back into perfect working order, but I feel very good bringing this to my gigs. It's been reliable for at least 10 years for me now. So this is gonna go under good stand because I mean, it's not a stationary metal stand, but in my opinion, it's the best gig stand and it's one of the easiest to transport. Next is Craft Geek's capsule music stand. I did show this on my channel once before, and I do have an affiliate link and a coupon code for this music stand, just full disclosure, and those are in the description box if you'd like to check it out further. But this is a very compact music stand, and it's very light and easy to transport. I do have the nice carrying case for it. The carrying case is a wonderful material. It's very nice and thick. There are even some extra pockets to put pencils, chargers, any kind of very small accessories that you'd like to bring with your stand. You can put those in the bag, and then those things take up less space in your actual instrument case. I do love that this has clips on the sides for your music. Of course, if you have a huge binder of music, these clips are not going to work because they just don't expand out far enough. But if you've got like 1 to 10 pages of music, I'll say, you can use these clips and they'll help keep your music down and in place if you're performing outside in the wind. That's gonna work really well for you. The look of this one is interesting. It's good for tablets because it doesn't block any unnecessary space. But it does feel a little unsafe, a little scary to sit big binders of music on. I have used this once for a gig where I get a huge binder of music, and I was a little scared putting the binder of music on it because if you bump into it, it's so top heavy that it will just fall over. That's the same thing with a wire stand too. Any stand that is very light, the heavier music you put on it, the more top heavy it's gonna get, and just kind of the scarier it becomes. So that's definitely a thing with this one since it is so light. I do love how small it compacts down into. It is like this long and it's just very thin. It's so easy to carry. I will say that as a music stand though, it's not my favorite. It gets the job done. I'm gonna say that for this one. Next, we're going to go into conductor or director stands. The first one in this category is Manhasset's director stand. This is model 49. I'm gonna be completely honest, I think this thing is an abomination. I don't know. The nice thing is that the top of this stand, that, you know, the actual desk that you sit your music on, is very light. So it doesn't feel much different than picking up a regular Manhasset stand. But just the two layers of it bothers me. It really does. And since it's connected on the edges, you have to slide, you know, if you're using this to store music, if you're a conductor and you have multiple scores, you put the scores between the two layers. You can only pull up to get your score out. You can't pull out to the sides. This one just bothers me. I'm sorry. I'm saying no thanks to this one. Like, I will touch it. I will put my music on it. I've used these stands before. It's just, I don't like looking at them. I know, that's super weird. Next we have Manhasset's Grande director stand. This is model 5450. I'm gonna be honest, these stands are so cool. I love looking at them. I love the double feet. Like, it just scratches an itch in my brain. These are great. They feel nice and sturdy. You can have your music out to the sides. If you have something with many pages, you can spread them all out. You have so much room. I love these stands, but like, it's not very convenient to have one. You can't really take it out with you. It's cool, but like, when am I gonna use this, you know? So we're gonna put this under good stand because I think it's a very good stand. It's just, you know, not my number one. Now we're going to go to kind of just standard orchestral music stands. The first one is our very standard Manhasset Symphony stand, model 48. This is technically the same thing as what I have in my studio, just the regular matte black. It has that sort of texture to it. This is the standard music stand. If I see one of these and it's not loose and wobbly, it's going to be a great time. I know I can trust this stand. It's going to be very reliable. I will say I don't love the texture of these stands sometimes. Sometimes they're kind of smooth, but sometimes I'll encounter some that have sort of a bumpy texture, and I really don't like that. This is a very good stand though, so we're going to put that under a good stand. And next up is a very standard stand yet again. This one is by Hamilton and it's the KB1E standard music stand. These are really heavy and really thick. I do have one of these. It might not be the exact model. I got it at a thrift store and it's seen a lot, but it's still in very good condition. These are very heavy, so if you have a lot of music, they should hold up really well. Sometimes you will find stands that just, sink down. Generally, when that's the case, you just need to tighten a bolt or screw something in just a little bit better. Fix it if you need to. But I will say sometimes these have a tendency to fall down more than others. And if you are carrying this around and you bump your ankle on the bottom, the base of this is very heavy. It will hurt your ankle and you will scream and it will ruin your day. So this stand gets the job done. You just have to be careful. It's like a razor scooter and your ankles, the exact same thing. It's awful, but it's a great stand otherwise. Next up is the Manhasset Orchestral model number 50. This is exactly the same as the one that I have in my studio and the typical black version, except it has this extra bar down below where you can sit pencils, erasers, your phone, rosin, any of your little accessories. I absolutely love this stand. I think this one is absolutely the best because I just love being able to sit my stuff right on the stand without getting in the way of my music. It's beautiful. I'm so happy when I see one of these stands. I love the extra space. I don't know, it's so weird, but Manhasset is absolutely my favorite music stand brand. If you can't already tell from my rankings in this video, I just think that their stands have the best longevity. They are very reliable and they make very good products. They last for a very long time. So this one is definitely going under perfect. Please hold my music. I think I'm gonna rank this as number 1. Finally, we have the Wenger Classic 50 music stand. These are, I believe, entirely plastic. At least the desk portion and the bottoms are plastic. They might have metal in the middle pole might be metal. This one has a little kind of dip before the horizontal part where the music actually sits. So you can have pencils back there instead of in front of your music, which is very nice. Sometimes if you have paper sheet music, they'll want to go kind of in that groove and then it'll flop over. That's really annoying. I think that's the biggest downside, but these stands do get really tall. We had a couple of these at my college, and when I would get one of these in orchestra rehearsal, that was a good day. I always loved using these stands. Also, fun fact, I was on the setup crew for orchestra rehearsals as my work study in college. Sometimes I would give myself these stands. It would be a good day when I got to do that. So these are going, this one, I think I'm gonna put it under good stand and rank it like as number 1 under good stand. That's a good one. I do love those. Those are great. All right, so I think this is gonna be my stand ranking for today. What do you think? Did I make any controversial decisions today? I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. What is your favorite music stand? What is one you will never touch? What's your go-to? All right, I hope you enjoyed today's fun video. It was very fun to make. Let me know if there are any other musical things you'd like to see me tier rank, because I had a lot of fun making this. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to see more. I post new videos almost every Sunday at noon Eastern time. Thanks for watching.